Been meaning to make this video for a while, guys. Been tough to find the time, but we are here and want to go over a couple things. Number one, the free plays the past week, 2 weeks have been pretty cold. It's been unfortunate because we'll have a night where my personal plays will crush it. We'll go 4-2, 4-1, 3-1, 2-0, 1-0, whatever it is. And the free play I give out turns out to be a loser. And so the entire point of sports betting, guys, it's extremely similar to trading in the stock market, right? It's all about finding value. So a free play, the last free play I gave out on Instagram was the St. Louis Blues on the money line. I believe that was Monday, okay? And that play lost. And I sent it in the Telegram channel and I posted on Instagram. And was it a bad play because it lost? Of course not. There are people, the greatest sports bettor of all time, Billy Walters, I've said this before and I'll continue to say it, has came out openly multiple times and said he's had losing weeks and losing months, right? This man made around $200 million betting sports, which is a lot more than I've made, a lot more than almost everybody has made in any sector, let alone in gambling. So losing is a part of it, guys. Just because you lose a bet or a play seems really strong and it loses doesn't mean it was a bad play, right? So that for that St. Louis Blues play, I got that line at -129. I had a nice system on it. Actually, I had two systems on it, I believe. And we beat the closing line. Sharp money. There were sharp bets on the St. Louis Blues. It's not like we were going against a bunch of sharp action on the Canucks. That was not the case. And we beat the closing line. That line closed at -135. And I got -129. So that's finding value. We had an expected positive long-term ROI on that play. And when those systems come up again on another hockey game and everything checks out and the indicators make sense, we're going to bet it again. And over the long term, we're expected positive ROI. And that's finding value. We're beating the closing lines. That's finding value. Just because a play loses doesn't mean it was a bad play, but it's been unfortunate because the free plays I've been giving out the past week or two have been cold. They've just straight up been cold. So in my Telegram channel, I said I'm going to give you guys, all right, next free play, I'm going to give you guys a personal play, a full unit personal play. And so last night I gave out the Charlotte Hornets, Brooklyn Nets first half under 106. And that was a full unit play for me. I cashed on that play. My clients cashed on that play. And that was a blowout winner. So it just goes to show you guys the difference, the quality difference, the indicators and the long-term expected ROI and the systems and the backing I have behind my personal play versus the plays I give out for free. And I love to give out free plays and help people. I'm guessing most of the people that bet in my free plays are betting $25 a game, $50 a game, maybe $100 a game. Because if you're betting any more than $100, $200 a game, it makes no sense for you not to be in my personal plays because you would be up a bunch of money so far in 2025. And the same with 24. And the same with 23. And the same with 2022. So if you're scared to invest in yourself, then you have to live with the fact that you're always going to be hunting for free stuff. And free is not the best option. Guys, there are a price on things for a reason. If you want quality, you have to pay for it. You can't get a Lamborghini for 20 grand, but you can get a Honda Civic for 20 grand, but you can't get a Lamborghini. You can't get a Ferrari for 20 grand. You can't get a McLaren for 20 grand. You have to pay for quality and you get what you pay for. So I did hook everybody up with an awesome deal on Tuesday. About 2 days ago, I offered everyone my VIP play for $49. And if you can't afford $49, you should absolutely not be betting sports. You shouldn't be gambling. You shouldn't be doing anything. Save your money, get a second job, get a third job, pick up overtime shifts, whatever it is. So I gave everybody my VIP play for $49 on Tuesday. That cashed easily. That was a $20,000 game that I had. The under in the Montreal Canadiens and Winnipeg Jets, blowout winner. I helped everybody make a bunch of money. And that's what it really comes down to, guys. You have to invest. If you want to see the results that a professional sports bettor gets, you have to be willing to invest. You have to be able to have discipline. You have to be able to be consistent. It's simple. It's not very easy because when you have a losing day or a losing week, It's very tempting to want to double or triple up on your bets. It's very tempting to chase. You have to have discipline. It's simple, not easy. So we're crushing January right now. We just crushed a bunch of plays last night. I posted a little breakdown on one of the games that we won last night. So on that free play, I gave out the Brooklyn Nets against the Hornets. We also had the Brooklyn Nets plus 3.5 in that game. That line closed at 2 because there was sharp money all over the Brooklyn Nets. 76% of the public was on the Charlotte Hornets. 62% or 68% of the total money was on Brooklyn, and they crushed it. Underdog was a blowout winner. They blew them out from the start. Charlotte didn't even score 85 points. And these are the types of plays we're slamming on my personal plays. We had another game last night, URI against UMass, and we had the over in this game. This total opened up at 152. And the majority of the public, majority of the bets were on the over. But if you're an average Joe, if you're a square bettor, if you're someone that picks your own games thinking you're going to win, you're not sitting at home looking to bet the over on a game that's not on TV. You're just not. And professional sports bettors and sharps like myself, we make a lot of money on those games. So that total opened up at 152. I had 2 nice systems on that game, and 95% of the cash was on that over. There were sharp bets all over the place on that over. And that line closed, those sharp action caused that line to move up to 158. That line closed at 158, 158 and a half. 15 minutes before 1 p.m. in the afternoon was when I placed my bet, and I got 157, and that game still was a blowout winner for the over. So we are hunting games that have value. We found value. We beat the closing line. We had systems on that game. We were expecting long-term positive ROI betting that game, and that's exactly what we got. I made my full unit, made a nice $8,000 on that game. Same with the Brooklyn Nets plus 3.5. Same with that first half under that I gave out to everyone for free. It's about finding value. And this is why professional athletes are actually terrible gamblers. When you're a professional athlete, to make it to that pro level, you have to have a certain level of competitiveness in you. You have to hate losing. You have to have the desire to win at all costs. And in sports betting, once you have the right systems in place, once you have the right process in place, losing is simply a part of the game. You're not going to win 100% of the time. Nobody does. So when pro athletes bet and they lose, or amateurs bet and they lose, they think they must have done something wrong and they have to change something fundamentally about what they're doing. And that's simply not the case in sports betting. It'll drive you up a wall. It'll drive you crazy. If you lose day after day, or you have 2-3 losing weeks in a row, it happens to people that make millions of dollars that bet sports. You can't win every day. You can't win every bet. It's just a fact. It's mathematically impossible. So just because you lose a bet doesn't mean you have to change anything. If you're doing things the right way, you're staying consistent, you're staying disciplined, you're managing your bankroll to perfection, and you're finding value. That's all I preach, guys. Those 4 things is what it takes to make money betting sports, yet 99.9% of you guys are not making money betting sports. Why? Because you don't have those 4 things. So when I give out a free play and it loses, I'm like, I get pissed too, guys. No one hates losing more than I do when it comes to sports betting. But it's simply part of the process. And it's extra frustrating when my personal plays crush it on the day and I gave out a free pick and the free pick loses. So discipline, consistency, money management, guys, continue to find value. That's what I've been doing all year. That's what I've been doing the past 3 years. If you continue to find value, you will make money, guys. It's the same thing with stocks. If a stock is currently trading at $24, and you think the value of that stock should be $45, and you buy it at 24 and it goes up, you found value. Let's say you wait a little bit for it to go up. It's at 24, it goes up to 26, 28, 29. You buy it at 29 and it still goes up. Your value is diminished a little bit, but you still found value. It's the same thing with shopping lines. It's the same thing with finding value in plays. Vegas moves these lines for a reason. Sometimes it's reverse line movement. Sometimes they're trying to trap you on one side. But a lot of the times, the line movement is very indicative of who's placing bets on which side. That's the beauty. That's one of the pros about being a sports bettor. We don't have to bet every game on the board, but Vegas has to make a line on every game on the board. So it's very often, especially in smaller sports like college football, college basketball, these games that most people aren't looking at. are the games where they make mistakes that are very costly to them, and we find those mistakes and we capitalize on those mistakes, turn those mistakes into profit, money in our pocket. And that's what we've been doing all month long. 2025 has been great so far, guys. We've been crushing the VIP plays, and it's just really unfortunate, man. I want to go into it. I'll probably make another separate video about this, but people do send me sports betting stuff. I really try not to look at other people's stuff, but I see the new age marketing that's been coming about the past year or 2 or 3 in sports betting. And nowadays, every kid lives in a state that might not even allow sports betting, and they get a Lambo and a nice watch, and they make these cornball videos with these stupid hooks, thinking they're professional sports bettors, and these people will simply just run you into the ground. They don't know a thing about ROI. They don't know a thing about professional sports betting systems. They don't know what finding value is. A lot of these people that claim to be professional sports bettors, 1, they don't bet their own money at all. 2, they think if a play is plus money, if the odds are plus 110, plus 120, plus 130, plus 140, they think that's value just because you're getting positive odds on your money. And that's simply not the case. I've found value in games that are minus 170, right? How is there, and an idiot will say, there's no value in minus 170. I have to parlay it. I have to do something else. There's no value. With the systems I have on a game that's minus 170, and if I'm betting a minus 170 line, it's for a reason, because there's a ton of value. I've had some VIP plays that are minus 150, minus 160, minus 170, and we'll bet them big because there's a lot of value, or I'll have systems hitting almost 70% on those games, where there could still be even value at minus 190, minus 195, minus 200. So if I think there's that much value in a play, and I think there's value in the line we're getting, we're absolutely going to take it. That's what making money in sports betting is all about, guys. Finding value, and 99% of these chumps online don't know shit about finding value. So I'm not worried. People used to DM me stuff that other dudes would post and be like, yo, you should do this, you should do that. And it's all just marketing bullshit. I know my marketing isn't great, but I don't care, because I know my results are great. And the real ones are going to last. The authentic, true sports bettors that don't hide from their losses, they don't shy away from the process. I can get on here and talk openly, and I can debate openly about professional sports betting process, how to handicap games, how to line shop, talk about bankroll management. I can talk about unit sizes. I can talk about my systems. I can talk about fading a system, not blindly betting a system. I could talk about so many different things, sports betting, unscripted, whereas 99% of these guys don't know shit. All they know is how to make a video that catches your attention, and they want your money. So it's really a messed up industry right now in sports betting. It's freaking crazy, which is why I've always prided myself in betting my plays first. Guys, first and foremost, I am a sports bettor. I am a sports handicapper. I handicap my games and I bet my plays. I only started selling them because I was winning so much and people started asking for them. So I was like, yeah, why not? Share the love. But if you're not willing to invest in yourself, if you're not willing to actually do things the right way, you're simply never going to win. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it is, and that's the way it is with life. If you want to invest in stocks or crypto or real estate and you're not willing to do the homework, you're not willing to put the research in, you're not willing to talk to the guys that have done it successfully and ask them questions and pick their brain, or maybe pay to go to a conference, pay to go to a seminar, pay to learn. Everything worth learning comes with a cost, whether it's your time, money, effort, or all three of them. And the people that are doing things at the highest level, the people that are making the most money in every industry, have spent money to learn. Alex Hormozi talks about this all the time. He's spent over hundreds of thousands of dollars in courses, information, anything he thinks will help him learn more about what he's trying to do. And that's exactly the right mindset to go about being successful in any sector of business or in life. So what you pay for is what you get at the end of the day. And a lot of these cornball dudes online, it just kills me to see it. It's so cringy, it's so corny, it's so fake. I know it's all bullshit. And sometimes it does pain me that I am in the same industry, but that's just the way it is. I think there's probably scammers and fake gurus and bullshit artists in every sector of business now, the way the internet's going, but everyone thinks they're a fucking sports bettor nowadays. And it's pretty comical to me, but just know I've been doing this publicly now for 3 years. 2025 will be my 4th year. Publicly been profitable 3 years in a row. And in 5 years from now, I'm still going to be here making these videos. I'm still going to be here talking about the same shit. And I'm still going to be here successfully betting sports, making myself a fucking profit every single year after year. When I've seen dudes post that they got sports picks and they're selling sports picks, then 6 months later, they're touting crypto coins and doing all this bullshit, guys. The fakes are always going to come and go, and the real, authentic dudes doing this for real are here to stay, and I am absolutely one of them, and it's truly far and few. So we're crushing 2025 so far, guys. Past 30 days, I've made over $70,000 profit. As you can see, that's somebody's fucking salary in 30 days. I'm extremely grateful. I'm extremely blessed. I thank God every day. But this is actually possible for anybody that is willing to commit to doing things the right way. Maybe you're not going to make $70,000 in a month, but maybe you can make $17,000 in a month. Maybe you can make $7,000 in a month. Maybe you can make an extra $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 a month. That'll help pay your rent, help pay your mortgage, add to your bankroll. And after a couple months or a year or two, you'll climb up the ladder. Your bets will get bigger, unit size grows. All my clients compound their bankrolls, and we have a winning week. The next week, their unit size is slightly different because you're adding profits to your bankroll. I've talked about compounding your bankroll plenty of times. It's the same thing as compound interest in an investment, guys. Same thing. But all these sports bettors, all these fake handicappers, all these dudes that are full of shit, they don't talk about compounding your bankroll. They don't talk about any of that stuff. I've seen dudes come out and say, I have a Mega Max 100-unit lock. You could bet the house on this game. I'm going to drive my car into the river if this game loses. All that cornball shit, guys. If you really want to make money in sports, you have to do things the right way. And when you do things the right way, the results are truly, truly beautiful. The freedom is worth it, guys. The fruits of your labor from doing things the right way over a long period of time is always going to be worth it. Stop trying to cut corners. Stop trying to get lucky. Do things the right way. Put your fucking head down and grind. And I promise you, it will always pay off as long as you don't quit and as long as you're giving 100% effort. Systems have been firing away, giving us a ton of winners. Everything's been going great. NBA, I've said this NBA season is going to be the best of my year, and we just continue to crush NBA. Like the free play I gave out yesterday, the play we had on the Brooklyn Nets, crushing the NBA. I am loving the NBA more than ever. I've added some new NBA systems to my repertoire this year, and I think that's a big reason why we're doing so much better than previous NBA seasons. We're going to continue to rock and roll, guys. You know I'm the hockey GOAT. Hockey's been crushing it. College basketball's crushing it. And we're going to roll right into February with the same momentum we have now, right into March Madness, and just crush it. So if you want to jump on board, guys, you can shoot me a DM on Telegram, shoot me a DM on Instagram. If you don't want to jump on board, at least you can join the free Telegram channel. Link is in the channel bio or in the channel description. I give out free plays. I talk about my systems. I talk about what actual winning sports bettors do and what you can do in order to be a winning sports bettor on your own.